Wonderful people, this is James. Welcome to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. In a layman's language, we give you the basic financial management skills that you need to take hold of your finances. Today we're going to deal with some money myth that is really getting us poor. We have certain perception about money that is dragging us back in terms of our finances. So in this video, I'm going to talk about these myths and tell you the truth behind them. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so that anytime we drop a video, you can have it. So we're going straight into what we're talking about today: money myth. Perceptions about money and money related things that are dragging us back. The first one I want to talk about is savings cannot make you rich. That's what people are saying. That's what people are thinking. So anytime we talk about savings, people want to look down on those things that we say, and they think that savings cannot make you rich. People on social media make mockery of savings and say that nobody has made it through savings. But trust me, that is totally false. Savings can make you rich. And let me explain what I mean. There is nobody who has ever made it without savings. There's nobody who has ever done it. I know people are going to talk about making it through investment, but before investment, there's savings. Savings simply means you are not spending everything you have. You are keeping some for future purposes. So that investment, that money you use for your investment was your savings before. That's the money that you refused to spend, and then you invested that money to make the riches that you're talking about today. So why then do we say that savings can make you rich? If we believe that investment can make you rich, then savings can also make you rich, because before investment, there is savings. So please, don't let anybody look down on the savings that you're doing, because you've not invested that money. That's why you don't see the value in the savings you're doing. But trust me, once you begin to invest that money, you're going to make the riches that you want to make. So please, savings is as important as any other thing when it comes to managing your finances. Don't be deceived by social media, motivational speakers who are looking down on savings. Trust me, savings can make you rich. Second money myth: budgeting is theoretical. Anytime we talk about the need to budget, the need to have a budget, people think that these things are workable in books. In reality, it doesn't work. People think that, these are theoretical things that we're talking about. But trust me, it works like magic. Budgeting is very, very something that is very workable. Budgeting simply means that you are tracking your income against your expenses to ensure that you don't spend more than you earn. And who can tell me this is theoretical? What are we talking about? So budgeting is not something theoretical as we want to point out or want to paint it. It is something that we can really, really work it out in our lives if we are serious about it. So what we're saying is that before you spend anything, know that it is not going to exceed your income. And if you can do that, you need to know how much you earn so that you can do all these things. This is all budgeting is telling us to do. So how can we say budgeting is theoretical? It is practicable. It is something you can do. Don't be deceived. Money myth 3: debt is bad. Trust me, debt is not always bad. Debt is only bad when it is used to purchase things that don't produce any returns. That is the situation that will make debt bad, because there are people who have made it through loans, who have made it through debt, who have taken on debt and made it big time. If you take on debt, at a particular rate and invest it at a higher rate, definitely you're making money. So how can we say debt is bad? Myself, I've done a couple of videos where I speak about the need to get out of debt. I'm talking about a debt that is a liability to you, a debt that is taken away from you but it's not adding anything to you. So that's the situation that will make debt bad. But if that's not the situation, debt is not bad. Next money myth: no one makes it as a salaried worker. There's always people making mockery of people who work for salaries, that There's no rich person who made it through salaries, and that's funny. It depends on what you use the salary for. It depends on whether you spend all your salary or invest your salary. It depends on what you use that money for. Even for people who are into there's this story about somebody who was a movie maker or an actor who showed his properties, and people were saying that you cannot make it through movies like that. So what are we talking about? It depends on the money, what you use that money for. Did you invest that money or you just spent that money? Irrespective of what you're doing, if you're an investor, if you're somebody who doesn't blow money, who doesn't spend money anyhow, you can make it to any financial field that you want to get to. So don't be deceived by social media rants and people making mockery of salaried workers, because you can also do it. Let's think about this. Are we saying that everybody should be a business owner? Everybody should go into business? Are we saying that nobody should work for somebody, so who's going to work for those business people? Know that at every point in time, majority of the people are going to work for somebody. So are we saying that majority of the people are going to be poor always? There's something you can do as a salaried worker. All you need to do is to ensure that whatever money you make, you are able to invest it so that it can grow. You can also do it as a salaried worker. Next money myth: investment is for the rich. People feel that it's only the rich people who can invest, because how much do I have to invest? But that's not true. It's investment that made them rich. It is not for them. They invested to be rich. They are not investing because they are rich. So let's note that. So if you also want to get there, then you need to invest. You don't need to get there before you invest. So investment is not for the rich. Investment rather makes you rich. Finally, retirement planning is for the aged. So people think that you need to get to that point where you're about to retire before you start planning for your retirement. People think that once you're young, once you just started work, it's not very important that you start planning for your retirement. But that's wrong. You need to start planning your retirement as you start working. That's the easiest way out, because if you wait till that time, you're going to regret. So you see, all these things are things that we need to revisit and have a look at them again. Don't be deceived by what people are saying on social media. Don't be deceived by what people are doing there. They're just creating content. But if you're thinking about your financial life, then you need to really sit down, critically think about these things, and take a decision and the necessary action. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Self-Made Finance.